Several schemes for a railway up Wharfdale were submitted in the 19th century, none of which came to fruition. In 1895, an ambitious scheme for 59 miles of track linking Hellifield with Darlington via Grassington and Wharfdale was again proposed. The promoters included the improbably named Marmaduke Darcy Wyville and Lieutenant Colonel William Wade Maud. The cost would have been £1.5 million or 189 million in today's money. The line would have passed through a tunnel at Kettlewell, under Great Whernside and on into Coverdale. The end of this isolated valley, the route entered Middleham and on into Leyburn. In the 19th century, a complex of competing railway companies made these schemes complicated, and running powers were needed over 3 different companies' lines, none of which were too interested in granting running powers to this upstart young company known as the Yorkshire Dales Railway. The scheme was abandoned the following year. Bagger off. Here. After a rethink, the promoters decided to court the Midland Railway. The Midland had just improved Skipton Station after building the Settle to Carlisle route in 1876. By this time, a line from Skipton also ran via Empsey to Ilkley. A branch from a junction at Empsey to Grassington was proposed to the Midland. Here we see a cab ride shot in 1967. This follows the line out of Skipton and up to Settle. This was uploaded to YouTube by Alan Snowden. Coming in from the left is a freight on the Blackburn through Clitheroe line. Hellifield station looks a bit overgrown. Due to costs, a light railway was proposed. Having failed to raise enough capital, the Yorkshire Dales Railway entered into a financial agreement with the Midland. They required that the line be built as cheaply as possible. The cutting of the sod ceremony took place in June 1900 at Thrashfield and construction began. The main aim of the line was to improve communications for the inhabitants of Upper Wharfdale. In the early 20th century, antiquated carts and ancient buses were still used to move goods in the area. Running 3 times a day, these slow conveyances carried 30,000 people and 30,000 tons of merchandise annually. 100,000 tons of coal, limestone and other minerals were moved annually, so the railway was expected to be profitable. The stations at Rylstone and Grassington were tendered for, and due to the lack of money, an offer from the Portable Building Company was accepted. The cost for the station at Rylstone was to be £173. It was to be built of wood to a novel design. The platform was also largely made of wood with brick pillars and a gravel surface. Various other buildings were built, including a water tank and goods shed at Grassington. By 1902, the line was nearing completion. Major Pringle was tasked by the Board of Trade to inspect the work prior to public operation. Although the goods shed at Grassington was not complete and name boards had not been installed, he was pleased with what he saw. recommending that the line be opened on the 29th of July 1902. The opening ceremony was performed by the granddaughter of Lady Wilson, who was unwell. A special lunch was served at the Old Hall Inn in Threshfield. It comprised salmon, mayonnaise sauce, roast chicken, York ham, roast beef, salad, jellies and cheese. This film, shot in the 1960s, shows a goods train leaving Rillstone Lime Works. The line joins the Skipton to Ilkley Railway at Empsey Junction. Still operating in 2018, regular freight trains take many tons of limestone off the roads. The line was meant to continue up Wharfdale, but was never built. The line closed to passengers in 1930, although excursions continued on into the 1960s. The station was actually built near the village of Threshfield. This was to avoid building an expensive bridge over the river. Close to Grassington is the Linton Falls hydro plant. This was built in 1909 and restored in 2012. It now provides electricity to Grassington. This is a popular walking area. A trip up Hebden Gill lets you explore the extensive lead mine ruins. On the windswept moors, the old smelt mill chimney remains. Now a scheduled monument, it has been recently restored. This bleak moorland now attracts waterbirds. In 1969, the station at Grassington finally closed.